Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA on Sunday, March 27th, 2022. We're going to have NBA player prop spreads over-unders here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that I think are great value bets for the Sunday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. As always, just want to say that I appreciate all of you here at the channel and all of your support. Be sure to check out our community Discord page as well. It's a great place to connect with our community. We'll have a link down in the comment section and in the description where you can check that out. Great place to get new ideas for bets and to chat about sports. Be sure to also put your favorite pick for today's action down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. We'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So you see this beautiful list of people here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a link down below in the comment section and in the description where you can check that out. There's also a join button down below where you can sign up for that as well. I can tell you that it works best on a desktop if you decide to do that. It's really just a great way to support the stream and what we do here at the channel. Okay, now results from the previous episodes. So for our comment cappers, had some great callouts again in the comments. We had got to get the bag. Living legend here at the channel. Calling the Oklahoma City Thunder plus 15 spread. Cash that one easy. The Thunder only lost that game by 6. Nearly could have won. We had Joe Yurkovich calling the Toronto Raptors team total over 117.5. Great call out there as well. Cash that easily. Raptors put up 131 points. And then we had T. Franco joining us on the Garland train, calling the Darius Garland over 23.5 points. Cash that there at the end for us. As far as our stream results, another winning day here at the channel. Our 3rd straight winning day. We went 2-1. We are 7-2 over the last 3 days, which is obviously very solid, what we love to see. We were able to cash the Memphis Grizzlies -2 spread there versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Won that one easily as the Grizzlies won there by 20 plus. And then we had Darius Garland as well, over 23.5 points. He clutches up at the end. He comes through and delivers late and gives us that cash. And then we had Keldon Johnson under 24.5 points and rebounds, and he had himself a pretty good game. So we missed that one. But that's okay. We still had a winning episode. We started with that loss, which was painful, but we ended up finishing the night strong, which is what we love to see. So like I said, 7-2 over the last 3 days, 3 straight winning days. Let's make it 4 today, guys. Let's get this 3-0 sweep. Let's get right into our picks. At number 1, we are going with Patrick Beverley under 10.5 points here for the Minnesota Timberwolves at -110 odds. So guys, Beverley here has gone under in 8 of the last 10 games here recently. And he's also averaging 0.4 less points per game on the road on the season. So I do like to see that. It's not really that big of a thing, but just the fact that there's a little slight advantage there on the road. Like I said, he's been an under train here lately. He has not been hitting too many overs. Taking on a Celtics team who allow the fewest points per game in the NBA. Overall, they are just a great defensive team. Hard to get easy shots off on. And I just don't see Beverley here looking for a shot, right? You got a lot of options on the floor. Anthony Edwards, Towns, Russell. I don't really see Beverley looking for a shot too much today. He only attempts just over 7 shots per game on the season. And honestly, here versus the Celtics, I just don't think he's going to be that aggressive, honestly. He's gone under in 5 of his last 8 games here versus the Boston Celtics as well. Like I said, Celtics allowing the fewest points per game in the NBA. They also allow the 10th fewest threes in the NBA, which is very significant because Patrick Beverley loves to shoot the 3. More than half of his shots come from 3-point range. He attempts 7.6 shots per game on the season. 4.3 of those shots come from 3. Celtics just overall, very good defensive team. They don't give up a lot. They're very disciplined, very well coached. I think in this spot, I just think there's better options here for the Timberwolves to go to. I know 10.5 is kind of a scary line, but like I said, he's been having a lot of success to it. He's been going under a lot here, and I look for that to continue here today, and for the Celtics really to bottle him down. Honestly, I was also looking at Anthony Edwards' under at 20.5, but he's actually had some success versus the Celtics. That's why I stayed away from that one. But I do like the look here on Beverly. I think he's got a great shot here to go under. Like I said, it is scary, but I do like it here for our number one pick, Patrick Beverly, under 10.5 points here for the Minnesota Timberwolves at -110 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with Terry Rozier, over 28.5 PRAs here for the Charlotte Hornets at -104 odds. This guy's Rozier is 16 out of his last 23 to this line. He's 4 out of his last 7, and he's 7 out of his last 7 on the road as well. So it's very solid here for a guy who's had a lot of consistency in the month of February and March. Now, he has cooled off the last couple games, but honestly, I think that's why we're getting good value here, right? That's why his line's dropped off, is because he's had a couple games here recently where he's kind of underperformed to this line. But I see him get back on track today in a very solid matchup here with the Nets, where he already dropped 42 PRAs in their matchup earlier this season. Dropped 43 on them last season in their last matchup of last season. So last 2 games versus the Nets, he's had 42 and 43 PRAs, which obviously we'd love to see that. Nets on the season allowing the 11th most points to shooting guards. Rozier here averaging 31.5 PRAs in the month of March, which is obviously very solid. We also got the Nets here on a back-to-back, so they could be a little bit tired here at the defensive end as well, traveling back from Miami. So, you could see this creating more opportunities for Rozier. Rozier's a guy that, for a lot of this season, a lot of the months of February and March, he really does love to get on the glass and also get assists as well. Now, the last few games, he hasn't really been doing that, but honestly, I could see him getting back on track here. He is kind of doing those departments because he normally performs much better in those departments. I think that's why we're getting some value here, is because he's had a couple off games as far as his rebounds and assists go, and I think in this particular game, I think he can get back on track there. And like I said, this is a guy capable of scoring 30 on any night. He's a very gifted scorer. He can shoot the ball really well from 3, so if the Nets leave him open, expect them to knock down shots. Like I said, he's a very good all-around player overall, and he's been very consistent overall. Now, he's hurt us a few times. We've been back and forth with Rozier. He's about, I would say, 50-50 on the channel. He's let us down at times, but he has cash for us at times as well. So I think in this spot, I haven't seen his line this low in quite a while. So I do like it there, guys. I do like his line where it's at today. So love it there for number 2 pick, Terry Rozier, over 28.5 PRAs here for the Charlotte Hornets at -104 odds. Okay, and finally at number 3, we're rolling with the under 219.5 points in the Knicks Pistons game at -110 odds. So guys, believe it or not, the last 7 meetings between these two teams have hit this specific under, including 4 of those games in Detroit, which is where this game will be. So we'd love to see that. And you got 2 teams here coming in that honestly have been playing pretty good on the defensive end lately, which is what I love to see. The Knicks are 4th best in defensive rating. The Pistons are 9th best in the last 10 games, which is very solid. Obviously, I've talked about the Pistons before on this channel and how that they've played, better defense here post All-Star break, and they really have. And they're taking on a Knicks team that doesn't scare me on the offensive end. I think this game will be played, honestly, in the high 90s, maybe the low 100s, but I don't see this game getting crazy by any means. These two teams play, both these teams are bottom 15 in pace as well. Knicks play at the 6th slowest pace. The Pistons play at the 14th slowest pace over the last 10 games. And then as far as offensively speaking, neither one of these teams are really going to scare you. The Knicks are 11th in offensive rating over the last 10, which is obviously solid, but when I look at their team, for the most part, they don't scare me, even on that side, and 11th isn't crazy anyway. Pistons 21st in offensive rating over the last 10 as well. So neither one of these teams are, obviously Kate Cunningham's very good. The Pistons have been much better, but on the offensive side, they don't scare me. That's for sure. So now, as far as points per game, last 10 games, we got the Knicks here averaging 112.3 points per game over the last 10. We got the Pistons here averaging 110.1 over the last 10 games. As far as points allowed, we got the Knicks averaging 104.9 points per game allowed. Pistons 110.2, which honestly those are both solid, both inside the top 10 as far as points allowed. We talked about the defense here. last 10 games. So those are all last 10 games. What's been going on. So if you average all these factors out, you're left with an average of about 218. But because these teams play at the bottom 15 in pace for both of these teams, I really like this game, to be honestly, in the high 90s. I really do. I think you'll see a pretty good defensive game here in Detroit. And I love the history. I love you get 7 meetings, last 7 meetings hitting the under. I do like seeing that. I think this line is just a little bit too high. This line to me should be more like 212, 211, something like that. Something a little bit lower than what this is. So I do love it there, guys. For a number 3 pick, under 219.5 points in the Knicks Pistons game at minus 110 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. As always, just want to say that I appreciate all of you and your support here at the channel. Had a great run here the last couple days. We hope to keep it going. Let's get 4 days in a row of winning. It's obviously what we'd love to see. Love to get this sweep today as well. We had one a few episodes ago. Hoping we could bring the sweep back as well. That would obviously be nice. If you guys are interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, like I said, links down below for that. And there's a join button down below for that. Great way to support the stream. We also have merchandise on our website, straightfirepicks.com, if you're interested in checking that out as well. Other than that, guys, have fun watching the tournament today. I'll be watching St. Peter's tonight, obviously. I might throw a little sprinkle at that money line. They've been a lot of fun to watch. So have fun watching the tournament. Let's cash our bets out here in the NBA. Pretty solid NBA slate actually today. Didn't have a ton of lines out. It's not my problem here early in the morning. We don't always have all our lines out. Yeah, other than that, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Let's cash your bets as well. Let's get this 3-0. Until we see you tomorrow, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.